everyone, this is Sandy Reese with StampinCrew.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I want to welcome you to our weekly tutorial. Yay! So today I was trying to decide what to do, and I figured it was time to do another sampler. So we're doing an 8x8 sampler every month. And so I went to look at my stamps, and I wanted to use a stamp set I hadn't used before in a sampler. And I was trying to think of a theme, and I was thinking summer, but I've used all my summer sets in samplers. So I found this one. This is the Dressed to Impress stamp set. I'm going to flip you upside down because I wanted to pair this with some fun new products, because this is not a new stamp set. Apologize for my hand and getting so close here. Okay, let's get ourselves lined up. All right, that looks okay. Let's scooch that over. Okay, so I haven't used this in a sampler yet, but I wanted to pair it with a few of my favorite new items and my favorite colors. So if you know, my favorite colors are red or pink. And I figured this set went better with pink. So of course, out of the pinks, I pick magenta. So it's Magenta Madness. I call it Marvelous Magenta, just, I don't know why, but I do. And, you know, I like to pair things with black too. So I was looking through my papers to see what we have. And this paper, I love this. This is called Expressions in Ink. It's specialty paper. It has gold accents, and it has, of course, magenta. It has polished pink, pale papaya. It's got some different greens. Gorgeous, gorgeous paper. So I picked out two of my favorite patterns, which was this one and this one. I did a little pre-cutting because, you know, that's boring to watch. And then I picked out this gorgeous shimmer vellum. Now this is the polished pink, but it's very, very close to magenta. It goes really nicely with the magenta. So I used some of this. Has all the, I think the new in colors in here. So a couple of greens, it's got the peach, and then the freesia. All right, so I used that one, and then I wanted a black and white pattern. Now, we do have some black and white patterns coming with in the new catalog, the new mini catalog. But if you hadn't noticed, in our hostess section, one of the host reward items that you can purchase with your host rewards is this pack of paper. It's this huge pack of designer paper. One side, let's see if you can see, one side is gorgeous, bright prints. We have stripes, we have some green and florals, and some more subtle styles. And then the other side, I can show you, is all black and white. Let me get it at an angle here. Different black and white prints, which I think is great. So I went with this one because I just wanted it subtle. So it's white with little teeny black polka dots. I love polka dots. Even my wedding dress had polka dots. The lace did. I just love them. So yeah, I will always go for polka dots if they're available. Okay, so let's get to what we're gonna do. So I chose the magenta for my background. So this is 8 by 8 inches, and I'll post the measurements on my blog later. And then using this, I thought this one had some great images. So I've used all my outline images and then a couple of my sentiments. So my mats for my squares are black. So I did 4 black squares, 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then I used the polka dot for the inside. So those are 4 squares at 2.5 by 2.5. So they're gonna go on here. So we can go ahead and adhere that. I messed up my seal adhesive last night during my team meeting online. And I feel like this is maybe a little bit big. I might have to trim that. Let's get our paper trimmer in there. I don't feel like I cut that very straight. 2.5. Let's just do, no, 2 3/4. That's right. Now that looks okay. Maybe I just glued it on crooked, which happens. Sometimes that happens. Okay, so anyway, I messed up my snail adhesive last night and then I forgot to put a new one in. I got it off the track, so I have to do some detailed surgery on it to get it back on the roller the right way. Okay. Let's get this one down. I'm actually stamping on here and I'm gluing first, which I probably shouldn't be. But we're just going to live dangerously today and see what happens. So we have 4 squares. So first thing I did was I stamped the perfume bottle, and I used Memento ink, and I stamped that on that polished pink shimmer vellum because I love that. I was thinking about, I think I'm going to just glue this one flat. I'm just going to use a little bit of this. Just a teeny bit of glue. I'm going to glue this flat. And then I'm going to take my light magenta marker, I think, let's see, and just do a little bit of darker pink kind of on the front of the just like that. Okay. Then I wanted some gold accents. So I had a gold scrap, and you can't, I would not recommend stamping on gold or any of the foil papers with Memento because I stamped my first one and I even heat set it, and you can still see 2 hours later I can rub it off. So I went back and I stamped again with StazOn ink, and I didn't have to heat set it and it's not smudging. So if you're stamping on this and you're not embossing or heat embossing, use StazOn. Okay. So everything, we have dies that go with this set, but dies usually leave a little border, and I wanted everything cut right on the lines for today's project. So it did involve a bit of fussy cutting, I'm not gonna lie, which is why I did it ahead of time. But I just wanted this pretty gold label right in the middle of my perfume bottle. Ooh, it's so cute. I love that. Okay, so you see I have my lipstick on here, so I'll show you next what I did with my lipstick. Okay, so I wanted three layers on my lipstick. So I stamped first the bottom on my floral paper, and I got these little dots kind of right there. And then I stamped my lipstick on the glitter vellum, the glimmer vellum. I left a little extra because I need to glue to it. And then I stamped here, and what I want is this gold, this little gold tube right here. I'm going to cut off the lipstick part. Okay, I got to get close so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to go straight down because I want to keep this bottom half here. But right, there we go. Okay, so those were our 3 pieces. So we're going to glue and put just a little bit of Tombow right there. Let's glue the bottom on first. Okay, then put a little bit of glue below my lipstick. Let's make sure this is all straight so we don't have crooked lipstick. Ooh, that's so cute and shiny and sparkly. I love that. Okay, so I want to pop this up you know what? I don't want the pop-up behind that vellum because I'm afraid it's going to show. So let's move it down below. Okay. Vellum's tricky. You've got to be careful because sometimes things will show through the vellum. All right, now I'm just going to put this on this panel at an angle. All right, and then what I did was stamped our flowers. So we have this set of 2 flowers and then a larger flower, and I stamped it on this paper. But I stamped my flowers in a pink area, and then instead of using the leaves from the flower, in the pattern there's some of these green leaves, so that adds another little layer of color, but it has these pretty gold, you know, the gold veining on them. So I went with that. So we're gonna pop this up. Do I have any dimensionals left? Yes. I'm gonna pop this one up right here, kind of going this way, and then I'm going to just glue down a couple of those leaves going up in that direction. Let's try that. We just need a teeny bit of glue. All right, and then we're going to pop this up. I think I'm out of dimensional, so it's time to use the edges. Let's see, how do I want this to go? I'm going to have it go maybe that way. That looks cute. Okay, so 2 panels done, 2. All right, next we're going to do our shoes. So there's a sentiment in here that says, life is short, buy the shoes. That's the one I want. So I'm just going back to Memento. I'm going to stamp over here and make sure that looks good. Okay, and we're going to just stamp this up at the top. It could probably be a little darker, but I think it'll be okay. All right, and then I cut out my shoes using this paper, this pattern. I just cut them out of that because I wanted the pink and gold, like hand-dyed shoes. Isn't that cool? I just love that. So I'm going to glue one shoe down. I'm going to put them up just a little bit. Let's do it so it looks like they're standing on a invisible floor. And then we're going to pop up the other shoe. Make sure that's going to fit. I think that'll be okay. All right, we're going to pop this up and overlap it. So it looks like you've got a cute pair of special handmade Jimmy Choo shoes right there. Okay, so this one, we're just going to do one more sentiment. We're going to do, be as bold as your lipstick. I like this one because it wasn't all like sentiments for, you know, like a card where you'd say thinking of you or something. I like that it just has some nice big sentiments. I feel like maybe that needs some re-inking. Let's get our other one here. Maybe that's the problem. I had the wrong, the wrong Memento out. I'm going to have to re-ink that. Be as bold as your lipstick. Now I stamped it over to the right because we're going to add a little ribbon. We don't have any magenta ribbon, so I'm taking some of the white crinkled seam binding ribbon with my dark magenta Madness blend, and I'm going to color it because I really just want magenta ribbon. And this is one of the best ribbons to color because it's white. You don't have to do it on both sides because it just bleeds right through. Let's see, how much am I going to need? Probably at least 12 inches. Let's do a couple extra just to be safe. Okay. I usually leave it on the roll until after I put it on in case I need more. I'm going to give that just a second to dry because I don't want it to come off onto my paper. I'm gonna have to color a little more. Let's do another couple of inches. Okay. Just so we don't run out. Okay, we're gonna tie a bow, and then I can adjust it after I get it tied. And, you know, some days we have a rough time tying bows, and I usually end up tying bows, but some days I have a rough time too. I just can't, it's hard to grab that ribbon there through the loop. Okay, well, I had enough. Okay. All right, we're gonna trim that. I think that looks pretty good as it is. All right, now we're going to put this on, and then we're gonna just bling it up just a little bit more. So I'm gonna flip this over, even though my pink's still showing through, and we're gonna get our frame out. So if you watched the last video or the last couple, I just have this frame that I made that I use every time. It's 8 inches, and I think each of these is maybe 1 and 1/8. I think 1 1/8 inch. All right. So I like to start my bottom left corner. Let's lay them out where we're gonna put it though. I want be as bold as your lipstick, perfume, shoes, and my lipstick up there. I think I'm gonna go with that because I don't want both my words up on top. See, that's what happens. I stamped it and it's too light. So I'm gonna fix that before we move on. And sometimes, you know, things happen and we have to fix them. So let's see what we can do to fix that. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to cut a little 1/2 inch strip of magenta. Let's see if that's going to be, it might be big enough. Okay, we're going to use our darker Memento. Let's see if we can fit it on here. Perfect. Okay. And then I'm just going to do a little trim. Whoop. Probably too much of a trim there. Okay. I'll flag this one. Okay. Oh, that looks cute. Okay, we're gonna go with that. That probably even looks better than it did to start with. Sometimes accidents it looks better after you fix them. You think, oh, I should have done that to start with. I'll bring some of that pink in there too. Okay, now we just center it and cover up our boo-boo, and we are ready to go. All right, let's try this again. I'm going to put these so I know what order I'm doing them in. Okay, so we're just going to use a little bit of Tombow. I like Tombow because you have a minute to play with it and kind of slide it around to make sure it's in the right position. All right, we're going to do this one next. This would be really cute for a teenager's room. Or if you like pink and black, it could go wherever you want it to go. You could also change the colors to anything you want. You could go with the pale papaya or Calypso coral. You know, Laura, I'm talking about you. Okay. Yay! Okay, so we are going to bling it up a little bit. So I brought in my Gilded Gems, which are gold because we're doing gold accents. I was thinking rhinestones, but you know, they're a little more silver, clear silver, but I wanted to go with gold for today. And I call these volcano gems because they're a little bit tall, but I have things popped up. It's going to be in a frame, so it's okay. All right, so let's see. I decide what we're going to bling up here. I'm going to use a couple of the small ones by my shoes, and then I'm going to do a big, I'm going to do a big one there. We can move them around if we don't like it. A small one there, and then maybe a small one on my perfume bottle. Maybe a big one going up here. And let's put one little one right in the middle of our triangle here. Okay, I think that might be okay. I feel like it needs something over here. I don't know. Maybe if I do this and put that one there and then add another small one. Let's see what that looks like. A small one right there. Maybe, I don't know. I have to think on that. Okay, so there we go. Let's see. I'm just seeing if anybody had questions. Yes, it is very girly girl. Girly girl, and that's what I was going for today. But let's put it in a frame and see how it looks in a frame. I think this pink's gonna look gorgeous. I've got my 8x8 white frame right here. I like white because it goes with everything. Let's put that face down. Make sure everything, our ribbon's going in the right direction. I'm gonna stick this in. I just got this at the HL craft store. You guys know what I'm talking about. Because unfortunately we don't sell frames. Ooh, so fancy. Isn't that pretty? Love it, love it. So I will post measurements and supplies later today on my blog. And don't forget, guys, that this month we only have maybe another week for our 15% off select designer papers. Now, the designer papers I showed today are not on sale. Unfortunately, I wasn't even thinking about that, but we do have like 9 different designer papers on sale. So don't forget about that. And then next month, ooh, excitement, our new mini catalog is coming out along with the new celebration event. So lots of chances to buy new things, to earn free stuff. I mean, who doesn't want free stuff? I want free stuff. So make sure to check back, and I will see you all next week. Thanks. Bye-bye.